many other community people who've been calling the office, scheduling meetings, and I've been saying, sure, let's meet, let me hear what folks have to say. And it has affirmed for me the great potential of Norwalk Public Schools, and nothing really surprised me. Obviously, it's going to help shape the direction as I work with the board, as I work with the communities, I work with our staff around our strategic plan, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a few minutes. But I also wanted to thank all of those people who've been so welcoming in these first few weeks. I do want to talk secondly about Briggs and the turnaround effort. As you know, as an informational item this evening, folks have been sitting out here, have been involved in the planning process and the development of that proposal that was submitted to the state. Tonight, for your information, are the memorandums of understanding that have been endorsed by our union leaders as required by the state and consistent with the proposal. We had to get these into the state this week. In addition, our partner was chosen before I arrived, and called our piece of the pie, which is going to be providing the services at Briggs, youth development services, program services, and so on and so forth. And we're in the process of working to complete our contract with our piece of the pie. And it's very important that we take that process very seriously, making sure that the contract is aligned with state law. State law that has, it's a new law, and it has specific language about governance and management. So we wanted to make certain that that language reflects that. Obviously, the financial aspects needed to be addressed. I'm also, with all the contracts with outside vendors that have responsibility for these services, I believe it should include a performance component. There should be performance metrics known, milestones known, and all of these should be part of the agreement that we have with companies or vendors that provide these types of services to our school and to our children and for our staff. We've had great conversations. I think our piece of the pie is a very, very sound organization. They have been responsible for the development and the success of Opportunity High in Hartford, so I have all the confidence in the world in this organization. But I want to report this tonight because they have actually begun work, and the contract will not be ready until, for your approval, until August 20th, or your decision on August 20th, and of course we will get that to you in advance to review. Third item that I want to report on is on K-5 literacy. I know that a number of people here have been involved, the steering committee, Tony, who's led that effort, the steering committee that has invested a great deal of time and energy into that effort, really have been hoping for a decision, and I just want you to know that the board's decision on the 19th essentially asked me to provide input to this process. That is what I am doing now. I have had a chance to meet with members of the committee, not all of the steering committee, but some members of the committee. I've also reached out to a number of, I guess you might call them national experts on literacy, people who I've worked with, people who I know, people who are in key roles and such. I've been studying and examining the rubrics, been looking at performance data, really been looking at all aspects of the programming, because I too would like to move and get a recommendation to the curriculum committee in the near future. So I guess today I simply wanted to say to you that one, I want to thank you for your work, and we'll obviously be reconnecting with members of the committee. Two, I do intend to bring to the curriculum committee my recommendations And three, just as a reminder, when I looked at the original schedule, we're actually on schedule. 2013-14 was envisioned to be a development year for the K-5 literacy program with adoption in 2014. It's too late at this point to bring in trainers that would actually be ready in September. So I think we need to take this time, make sure we have the absolute best input that I can provide, since that is what I've been asked to do, and that is what I intend to do. So I'll be reconnecting with those of you who have been involved, and look forward to working with you and with others as we go forward to draft the recommendation. My last item to report is the strategic planning process. I had talked earlier as well about advancing a comprehensive and very inclusive strategic planning process. My dream would be to see where there's a major community plan around improving the learning environment, improving learning, and that means not only looking and working internally with what district goals could be and district's responsibilities could be as part of that plan, but where do the various efforts that have been ongoing in this community fit? How do we all work together, and why not have a very robust, integrated strategic plan that incorporates a number of goals that have been developed already, as well as measures and other performance indicators. So I'm really actually very excited about such a strategic planning effort, because I feel and I sense and I've heard that the community really wants that, and I'm excited about that, because we can't do it alone, obviously, and there are resources throughout this community that we need to embrace as our partners.